Sterring, pictures and buttons, is Sterring, they're like Sterring.
Hey, I'm Qunta.
And I'm Peta.
Welcome to Black Sterring Radio, a podcast where we dissect TV shows, films, music, and culture
To ask how black women are represented and seen on screen. Rolling! Welcome back. I never know which camera to look at. Is it here? Is it there? Is it there?
Hello,
it's everywhere.
hello,
Hi,
everybody.
welcome back.
Welcome back to Black Sterring Radio. We are back again
Yes.
with our masterclass. It's been a while, and
Zing.
yeah, we've got a special guest today, but welcome back, guys.
Welcome.
Hey, Peta.
Hi, Qunta.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm loving the brown. It really is so nice. Brown
I do
gives
enjoy
me
brown.
90s, such 90s vibes. I love
Thank
brown.
you.
And
You know what?
remember
It has bad PR, or rather, we were told not to wear brown as brown girls.
Nah, that's true.
And even when I think of what they call skin color, I'm thinking of bras and things like that. It was never our brown.
Yeah.
It was this brown, but it wasn't our brown.
That's not a brown though.
So this is like nude.
Yeah.
So for me, I like wearing
like the
nudes, but I like
spectrum, right?
brown. In
Yeah.
my mind, I'm like, I'm
Love
gonna wear
brown.
brown.
You look amazing.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it reminds me of the hippies, the hair color. Like they had the numbers, but the brown one.
Is it? Yeah, I do like the brown.
We used to have the numbers memorized, hey? Cause we used to
I
braid
don't
our hair.
memorize.
No, but I
It's
used
'cause
to
always have
love
50
the
million
brown.
colors now, so I
I know you. You've got purple, pink, yellow.
I've done the whole rainbow.
And
at this point.
I wonder what number color those are. The color, the actually like purple.
Yeah, so they
mauve,
have like names. So this one is
Well, they have
foxy
names.
brown.
Okay,
Or ginger.
okay,
Well, I mix
okay.
foxy brown and ginger. But yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Alrighty, let's introduce our guest. yes, just like rambling as usual. Let's introduce our guest. We've got Mandima Qunta, who is probably known as well as Gok D. I know you changed it to Gok Diamond, which
Yes.
I love.
Thank you.
Yeah. Gok D is a cultural worker, an activist. She is an events curator in the queer community. She's also what do you call it? A 200. I wanna
Maiden Guardian.
Yes, such
Young
a
200.
I'm always like, people who get on that list, guys.
Yeah.
Well, freaking done. Hey, 'cause it is such an achievement.
Honestly,
Hey.
I even opened that.
Right,
again.
it is well done.
Mandima Qunta specializes in bringing people together. It's gone beyond a profession. It's now a matter of pride. That's what Maiden Guardian says.
A matter of pride.
Yeah.
A matter of pride.
You guys are making me laugh.
You're not my guest. These are your achievements.
Thank you so much.
Yay!
Also, you have your own platforms,
Yes,
Tint
yes.
and the Fam, and
Fam.
Scooty's Nice, just a real prominent working out culture in these streets. Welcome, babe.
Thank
you
you.
for coming through.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for gracing us with your
Yay,
presence.
I'm
How
so
are
excited.
you?
How are you actually?
How's your day
Right
been?
now, my day's been interesting. I'm going through, I don't know, July and August are just throwing hands,
Just this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this past weekend rocked me a bit, so now I think I'm
Okay.
still
Still
clutch balancing.
recovering.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
times are tricky, man. The times
Times are
tricky.
interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So right now I'm just nomayini.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Truly, just
Felt.
surrendered
Yeah.
to
Felt.
whatever the case may be. Yeah. Okay.
Why don't you stop saying "oh" as like it takes me back to childhood?
I don't, I'm teaching myself.
Okusalayo.
Yeah, I'm teaching myself to think only in Xhosa. So I'm also teaching.
I hear that.
Yeah. I'm teaching myself to think in Xhosa. Therefore, when I go home, I make sure I only speak Xhosa and then I pick up all the things again. Then I start using them again. So, yeah.
I like that.
I love that so much because it is a thing, you know, like thinking in our languages, because we've now, I mean, just when you say thinking, it's one thing, you know, because it's like even just like natural response should be in or if you want it to be in your language, like it's, and we are a little severed from that. I remember doing that in high school as well. I did it specifically because I needed to pass my Zulu with a distinction. So I was like, I'm going to speak it. I'm going to be intentional about listening to the nuances, listening to the idioms, like really learning from people. And you learn the language from listening to it from people. So I
Being in it as
yeah,
well.
and being in it, immersed in it, you
Yeah,
know, immersed in
definitely.
it. Reading it is one thing, you know. But yeah, I love that. I love that. And it's so great when you can then feel comfortable in your own language, because sometimes, you know, we don't. And I think in South Africa, we have a lot of gatekeepers and police. We have so many police in South Africa, and we were just
We
talking
have
about
so many
it.
police except the right police. The actual police
Listen,
are not
they're
working.
quotable. They aren't. They are
But
not.
all the other cops,
They are.
all the other cops
They
are working.
are. They are walking the beat.
Damn.
You know.
Damn.
People
Damn.
will be
Damn.
letting you know that that's not how you pronounce things, about your
Yeah.
accent. Like, we're heavy on like the tribalism here in this country. You know, forgetting our past, forgetting the fact
Yeah.
that we were like literally like colonized and apartheid did quite a number on us.
It's still doing it. And this is what I'm be saying a lot right now. Apartheid never ended, guys.
Yeah, no,
it
no, no,
really
no, no, no,
it
no,
didn't
no, no,
end.
no.
If anything, we got political freedom. They just stopped shooting us for fun.
Yeah.
But apartheid is still very alive in 2025. And right now, what we're even witnessing in the country is still apartheid. And, you know, people, like we always talk about Palestine and everything. And the reason why people feel so closely to Palestine is that we're still living it now. And if we're not careful, we're going to go back there.
Yeah. Ooh.
Yeah.
And it really does give, if we're not careful, about
No, it's
a lot of
definitely.
things.
But you know,
We
I've heard,
sometimes it feels like it touches a move.
It is.
truly.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
close. Like, you know, we're on the edge. And then we just keep pulling ourselves back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the political power, it's not make sure, bro.
We don't have, I don't think.
Sana.
I make easy.
No,
No.
like, you know what? And I mean, this is always like the conversation that we have as South African, especially as South African blacks, to say, yo, the ANC sold us out, Thabo Mandela, wow. Like, we are still, we're still, you know, we're not as free as they imagined it to be. But I think, actually, you know, freedom is it's a different, freedom, I think, today is different. Not different, but it's an evolution of what it was in the past.
Yeah,
we
that's
have we have a personal freedom that we like. We have a personal spiritual warfare that we're
There's
having
that.
to free ourselves in order to be free. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, it feels like a different battle to fight.
Yeah.
Sure.
And I also think in some ways the ideals that people had back then got lost to what happens post
Sure.
94.
Yeah.
Because I often think about how we could be better at legacy building as a country, because even people in government could be younger. We could
overhaul
for a country
the
that
whole
has a very
government.
young majority young population. The powers that be are still
Yo, our parents.
quite.
I have a theory about all of that.
Yeah?
Yeah, definitely. So I believe, and this is Mandima on her own, you know, everything I say is my thoughts, right? Based on whatever I'm thinking.
Yeah.
And I honestly believe that South Africa was, firstly, I don't believe we're free in what we would want freedom to be, right? And I think, firstly, let's remember that apartheid ended because it was financially not viable anymore. People didn't, it didn't just stop because of the goodness of people's
like
hearts.
the morality
right?
of it.
So
let's remember
So
that.
let's definitely remember that, and also remember that. Therefore, when let's just say we are sitting in a boardroom, then nibon ba hey iyaphela imali, you create a strategy, right? So we're living in the strategy right now, and us living in the strategy, I believe ANC was put in as black administration, especially after Utatu Chris Hani died, right? Because when he died or when he was assassinated, there was going to be civil war. So kwasanikwa uMandela as a pacifier, sanikwa ANC as a pacifier because abantu abamnyama bafuni freedom, right? At the time. And then that's what we've been living in. But also you must remember that I feel the agreement was in those boardrooms and the chats was we can never have a self-governing and fully functional black leadership, because if abantu abamnyama can see the level and the excellence they can operate at, then they don't need us.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Then sithatha umhlaba, sithini. So right now, we're 30 years down the line and it's chaos. And the problem now, it's absolute chaos.
Yeah,
and the problem now with the chaos is that black people are now starting to believe, but apartheid. Maybe if
abantu abadala say that. They do.
That's very dangerous, guys. That's extremely dangerous. Because then that means that we are saying, but Tina Snamandla, so let's give our power back. To what? Where did we come from to get here? You know? And that conversation is not being had.
It's not.
And for me, even the things are like xenophobia. It's very easy as a black middle class person to point at abantu abahlala ezilokishini ezindaweni ethile that are fighting for their spaces and call them xenophobic. But what we're forgetting is what they're actually crying about. People are crying about lack of services for them. And now the little that they have, they need to now spread even more. So we're looking at them as if, you guys are violent, you're whatever. But we're not actually listening to what they're saying. And another thing is that Black South Africa has actually never had autonomy over itself or its land or anything ever, like in a long time, right? We probably for the last 3 to 4 generations. And other countries in Africa had a headway because Abanye Bafumani liberation in the 60s and the what. So they had 30 years ahead of us. So right now, people in South Africa are trying to protect what they have. So it's like it's a melting pot of so many different things.
Many growing pains.
So many growing things. And it's like, what is the solution? But also, it's so interesting that now we're in a, but we'll circle back around.
Sorry.
It's fine. Absolutely. This is the absolute conversation we must have, especially with you. You know, it's like when you say that it was a financial decision and how it just continues to be a financial.
It's always a financial decision.
Like it's a financial, and how we measure ourselves that way. We're measuring our worth. We're measuring our power financially, and it's like, like it's we've lost so much self-worth as black people, bro. Like it's
abantu abamnyama basenasidima and singenasdima. Like you're saying, capitalism is our decider in a lot of different things.
Because look at what Cyril is a working man. Like we all are really. The president is a reflection of who we are. Like as people working right now, he's just doing his very job with the KPIs, like that context, that framework that we exist in every day. Like I feel like is reflected now in government in the sense that we are workers, and so is our president. He's like an employee.
Yeah, I find it
little worker bees we are.
You know what? Yeah, I'm thinking about because I was trying to figure out like what is my content of the week? What am I? Whatever. And I was thinking about Tyler because yet again.
Yeah. What's happening? What's happening? What's happening with the colored?
Again with
Tyler the singer.
Yes.
The pop star.
Yes. And once again.
What's happening with her?
She's trending.
Why?
But like
for negativity.
It's the colored thing again.
Yeah.
Of like, no, but she's not colored. And she can't say she's colored here in America again. And everyone is like, didn't we do this
like
6 months ago? And then the 6 months before that, like every time it's a thing. So now the thing is like coming up again.
Yeah.
That no, if she's being marketed to Americans, then she should know the lingo, she should know the landscape, she should know the culture. She can't be saying she's colored here because she knows what that means here. And now it's a debate with South Africans versus African Americans. And then people are like, no, her album didn't do because she released an EP. So then they're like, no, the numbers, and it has like Wizkid and like a few other people. Like,
she
it's
does
cool.
so well, man.
But they were like, no, you see, the numbers are bad on Billboard charts and whatever. And it's like,
Yeah,
okay,
the
but
Americans
that's
are coming
billboard,
for her,
you know? And it's weird. It's weird. It feels very strange because it's almost like Tyler upsets them a lot.
Hey, because she is colored.
Because she will not also... I feel like they wanted to humble herself.
Yeah.
Hence the uppity African.
Yes, that's what I was
and I'm
thinking.
just like...
Imagine that.
Why
It's hectic
does this bug
xenophobia,
you
hey?
so much? And I'm also like, for people who supposedly don't want to listen and don't care, you all have a lot to say about
Yeah.
it. A lot to say about it.
Also, you know,
Fine, you like it's so
like-
weird.
it's very
So
weird.
weird.
It's so
also
odd.
Tyler, guys, is a child. Like
She's 22.
she's young.
She's like 20 what? She's in
She's
her early
22.
20s.
Yes,
Oh,
she's
man.
22. So the amount of bullying
that is happening over there in
over
Mazweni.
there for a 22-year-old young woman
Yeah.
is a bit crazy.
Yeah.
It is crazy.
The fact that so many people want to break a 22-year-old young woman
Yeah.
is a bit scary.
At the beginning, this is like her first...
Yes,
Yeah.
at the beginning of her career,
Yeah.
right?
Of her career.
And because
Yeah.
she's not conforming to what you guys are dictating for her.
Yeah.
Now you want to break her. It's
Yeah.
really scary.
It's bad. And for me, I also find it interesting how some Americans feel like she's only being marketed to them. Because it's, for me, in my mind, she's being marketed as a global artist, not
For them.
Americans specifically.
But I mean, that's such a question around like their system. America's like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like they expect, they have like this entitlement, this deep entitlement of just like, maybe it's because she's in that context. or
Yeah.
not.
And I'm like, cool, she is in America for now, but she was
and-
also the same person that toured in Asia and had a shot music videos in Brazil or whatever. So it's not, I don't know, like it's very strange because it still feels like they believe that they are the capital of culture and whatever.
no.
And right now,
They're
not really, not the way that they used to
No.
be. And maybe that's actually what the gripe is, that like
They're projecting.
the rest of the world is thriving and showing up in music, in art, in different spaces that they used to own, quote unquote. And now everyone is like, well, our music is also cool. Like we also have artists doing things, you know.
And you've been appropriating us. We're taking, we're claiming, we're
so
reclaiming
now it's like,
ourselves
the
now.
pretty girl from Joburg is at the Met Gala and she's getting the invites and she's like taking up space.
And what I love about her is that she is colored. And I
Yeah.
think it's so powerful to understand that even as far as her marketing strategy is that she still exists within our gaze. She's still kind of connecting with us because, or with her hometown, with her identity, which is like, it's South African. Do you know what I mean? And colored is a culture. I think I remember a couple of days ago, PNC, the podcast, the comedy podcast, they were also having a conversation about this whole colored debate.
Oh, because Open Chair said the thing. There was a podcast that was in Hot Water. I think they called Open Chair.
with Gayton.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah,
with
the
Gayton,
Gayton situation. I
yeah.
have no idea
So then
what-
that kicked off the
colored chat.
what colored means. It's a race, it's a culture, what the
And
history
people are like,
is,
let
and all
colored
of
people
that.
catch you. They will move you. They will fuck you up. And what I was saying about Talia is that she's even in that context. She is always talking about South Africa. You can tell she's homesick.
In all the
She's
interviews,
like, I am colored. And what they were saying on PNC is that, and I mean, this is literally what I heard from the colored guy who works on the podcast, one of the comedians. He was like, he as a colored man considers himself black, but colored is his culture, which is very much the truth in South Africa. It's a reality. Like a lot of colored people have been socialized around blackness, and they consider themselves, they identify with blackness and the fact that they are colored blacks. Do you know what I mean? And that's what I see with Tyler. Like, she is not going to let go of her coloredness. And she shouldn't.
Why should
So she is a girl from Joburg. Do you know what I mean? Because even in the country, being colored means so many different things.
Yeah.
Even racially. I mean, in apartheid, it meant you had different laws. But even now, like, there's so many different kinds of colored.
Yes.
and this kind of
in the
erasure,
genetics
it's
of
not
it.
fair.
Yeah.
It's not fair.
Yeah, it's
Like, it's really weird.
because they
Yeah.
exist,
They
right?
exist.
Yeah.
So we can't just like do like an ethnic cleansing of
Yeah,
them and say
that's
that
what
they
it
don't.
is, right?
Yeah.
Oh, and for me, it also feels equally weird for her to not say she's colored just because she's in America.
Yes.
That also
Then we're
feels
like-
weird.
Yeah.
Because then what? Because then South
Tyler.
Africans would be like, oh,
Ah, now you're not claiming us.
yeah, you see, like, because there would be that whole thing.
It is a lot
and
to
it's-
deal with at that age when I come
Yeah,
to
like
think
it's
of
a
it.
weird,
guys,
it's
she's
a weird
young.
dance that she has to do.
Hey?
Also, Tyler, we must credit her, guys. She has because her dancers are from, I know some of them personally, and they're from the queer community.
Yeah.
Tyler uses South African dancers.
does.
Her choreographer
Choreographer.
is a South African
Yeah. And so
person.
that's
So
reflected in her dancing.
she is so authentic and true to herself and where she comes from that she has even taken her team with her, and she has given all of those people an opportunity. So we actually need to keep supporting Tyler and backing her up because she cannot be bullied and dictated to as to how she shows up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Her talent got her there, and now she's taking her culture into it. And she should be absolutely allowed to show up how she wants to.
Like,
it's
In
really
2025, dude.
it's crazy.
In the future.
Yeah.
In the future, bruh. Like, why?
Literally.
Like, we're in the future. Like,
Yeah, no.
and it's,
Yeah, and for me, I also think about how great it is that between her, Thames, and Ira Star, I'm like some of the biggest pop stars in
Right
the world
now,
are African women.
Yes.
And that's really cool.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
And they're young.
They're so young.
So they have a long and huge career ahead of them.
right?
Yeah.
So now imagine if they're starting to bash you just at your
Now.
peak.
Yeah.
What is that doing to her psychologically?
Psychologically,
Yeah.
in this
It's not
industry.
fair.
And a lot of people quit for a lot less.
Or they get addicted to things because
Right?
the pressure's too much.
because you just need
You
something
actually
to
don't
take the
realize
edge
how
off.
much
Yeah.
social media bullying is incredibly like it's,
I know
it's too
strong
much,
men.
guys. It's
I know
too
strong
much,
men
that
who have come
thing.
off social media who are personalities because of social media
Yeah.
bullying. Grown
Yeah.
men. So now imagine a 22-year-old having
Yeah.
to deal with that and still show up and smile, still show up and be that. It's
and
not
work
fair.
and create music, which is what she's here to do. She's creating such an amazing product, right?
Yeah.
And it's also so unfair because her product is such it's like pop. It like works. You know,
Yeah.
in the States, it really works.
The
it's
way
such
she
a refined,
managed to
polished
intersect
sound.
pop and
Right?
amapiano
Right?
together.
She's doing such an
Yeah.
amazing job. It's such a quality product that she's giving people, and she's always showing up like she's gorgeous. Like, and I also think it's definitely got to do with black femme bodies. They are absolutely attacking. They're happy to attack black women. You know, they're happy to just make an example. I mean, Tyler Perry. Like, there is a culture. There is not a culture, but an attitude in the States around black women, black femme bodies, like, you know, and there is an attitude, that's why we even have it in our test. There is a xenophobia in the States with black people in the States. They have a xenophobia against Africans. You see it in how they
the perception
refer.
of
The perception is
Africa
odd. The
not
perception is
always
odd.
good. It is.
To even
does
say
get
uppity
odd.
Africans,
Yeah,
that's
that was.
What does that even mean?
bro.
Like, what is an uppity African?
Because Africans are uppity. The thing
They're
is, Africans
super-
are so uppity.
Super
We're so
uppity, bro.
uppity.
And
Like-
that's the thing, because for me, I was like, this narrative that Africans must
humble.
be poor and like we're
like a
struggling
perception,
and whatever.
right?
And like that can be true, but the opposite is also true in a lot
Yes.
of different ways. The opposite is true.
But I think it's what they've been taught about Africa, right?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
what they
yeah,
know
yeah.
of Africa
Yeah.
is that they only see the poverty side.
Yes.
And that's what's being perpetuated.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
when they meet
100%.
a Tyler, who's vocal, who's beautiful, who's strong, who's a genius, a little
Yeah.
creative
Yeah,
genius.
truly.
It's just like, whoa.
What do we do
Which
with
one
this?
is this one,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And she shows
does
up
she think she
however.
is?
Yeah,
Yeah.
she shows up however she wants to. It can be triggering for people who are still maybe finding themselves as well, and who are also trying to understand what their relation is to their own Africanness.
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly.
So they're now
projecting. 100%, 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember someone saying that, an American actually saying that, we dress hyper African because there is that sense that they are so much like the whole Hotep vibe, they are so like into Africa because they're so disconnected from it, because they don't get to experience it, like the essence of it. Like just be in the proximity to blackness that we are to know that we're black. We don't have to perform it.
Yeah.
We don't have to perform it.
And that's one thing that all of us don't have to think about or struggle with, because we're grounded in a way that
grounded. My favorite word is grounded. I love that word.
Anyway, guys,
let's get into the show. I love that.
Was this the intro?
Okay, but that is my content. Okay,
we do content.
That's my content. Tyler's my content. I'm voting for at the VMAs.
Absolutely,
she must win all these awards. I voted yesterday
At the VMAs.
Yeah, so now we can vote. So I gave her my vote.
Yeah, I think we should. Hey guys,
she must win stuff. Like, people must win stuff. It's nice.
I think we should.
I feel like we're happy as a nation, as a people, when we win stuff.
Yes, we're very happy.
No, and I say that because I think about the amount of Springbok jerseys I saw on Saturday alone. Like, everyone's excited. Everyone's like,
it was a Springbok Saturday.
Yeah, it was a game day.
Like, game day.
We lost. What an upset.
Did we lose, guys?
We lost
to Australia. What an upset.
Yeah.
But
Australia is such a
national pride is important.
Is it not this team?
No. Sports. Anyway, go sports. But yes, national pride is important. Like,
it is, and I love that because
so
I've never.
Tyler is a nice,
is a nice national key point.
To remind
She's a treasure.
Us that,
she's actually a key treasure, national treasure. She is, Do you have content?
I'm reading lately. And I just finished a book by the author. So but I'm trying again to only read brown people, right?
Same.
Brown people, and then also the queers, right? Yeah, definitely. So I read Khaled Hosseini. Wow. And I think the book is And the Mountains Echoed.
Yes.
I haven't read that
one. My God, that book. That guy.
That guy. Truly. That guy knows how to write, I will... his books. And also, I think for me, it's just like, they're so... Like, I read that book, it was beautiful, but it was heartbreaking. Every time.
It was so heartbreaking, but it was so real. Like, I would... Because... they say that if you read 50 pages a day, it makes you smarter or some shit. So I'm trying to do that. So with him, I was reading this book where I was trying to do the 50 pages a day thing, but I'd end up doing like 100.
Because you're like,
and that's what a good book is.
God.
And it's so meaty. Because I'll never forget reading 1,000 Splendid Suns. That book
truly the prophet, guys.
Even Kite Runner. Yeah, like he writes such a rich story.
Rich story. He really does.
And it always is like devastating.
It is.
Super devastating. So, I read his book.
That echo,
And the Mountains Echoed or something,
And I haven't heard of the Mountains Echo, so I'm going to find it.
Is it the one with the purple cover?
I love that you think in pictures.
I know.
Because I can see it in my head. It's purple.
I can see it.
Yes, with the two kids. As that's the one.
And I love his work because he also is such a soulful, as in the care of the soul, like he's spiritual and soulful, like truly, like the insights. You're like, wow. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, you know what I mean? Yeah, Khaled Hossein is amazing.
So I'm reading him. And it was it's so nice to read about other countries because his that book is based in Afghanistan.
Oh, is
right?
it based in Afghanistan?
Yeah, it's based in
I think I might want to then read it.
So just seeing that context on the other side of it, right?
And from this context as well, because the media is.
It's not, and you know what? Because I'm thinking about what you said about the 50 pages thing, and somebody made a great argument in that we often discredit fiction. When we talk about how smart it makes you, whatever. But they were saying fiction teaches you about empathy a lot. And we learn about places a lot.
I learned about Afghanistan.
Do you know what I mean? Yeah. And like you would, it's
because
just,
it gives us characters, it gives us people,
Exactly.
it gives us human stories,
and
portraits.
you're in the world.
Yes, you know.
Yeah.
For me, what I noted about him is that he's so good with his research, right? And something that's got nothing to do with anything. One of the chapters or one of the characters, his life is based in Greece, right? And I'm part of a Kundalini yoga community.
Okay.
And it's led by
Love that.
Mama Ita. And Mama Ita Roussos is, in the book, they talk about her town because she's told us about her town. And her surname is in the book.
Such alignment.
And that was my thing. I was like, oh my God, his research is on point.
Yeah. I'm
right?
absolutely gonna read
And
it
when
now.
I read it and I saw her surname, I was like, oh, Nangu Mama. And I read it some more. And I was like, oh my God, here's the little village and everything.
you know.
It's so contextual. It's not
Yes,
just
right?
some made up thing that you can never pinpoint anywhere.
Yeah.
And I really appreciated that about his work. So
Yeah.
that's my content.
And I love that too about fiction is that especially when the research is incredibly important because if you are going to speak from an emotional or personal like from that point of view, it's like an intuitive point of view, right? You're speaking to a culture and you're painting a portrait of a culture, guys. It's
he
so
paints it.
important.
Yo, he's
so
good.
important to get people's lives right, you know, and that's why like fiction is so important, even more important than nonfiction, because it takes nonfiction and it elevates it. It gives it to people in the way that they can feel it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, they can resonate because the media and Palestine, right? Like, it's a lot.
Sure, it's a lot.
Yeah.
It's a lot. And the way it is an agenda. And I think that is it reporting or I don't know.
Yeah, like
That's an
over the
agenda.
investigative journalism.
That's an agenda. Like all
Yeah.
the images that we're seeing, I'm not saying that the stuff that's happening over there is not bad, is not heinous, is not truly like not supposed to be happening and it's evil. But there are people, you know, there are other sides. There always will be. There always will be another side. There always will be other stories that we need to highlight, you know, which is why I love fiction and why people need to write, you know? And sing and do all of that.
Yeah, and we should, because even if you think of like the Diary of Anne Frank, like that was her
listen, that's how we know
writing.
about the
Do you know what I
Holocaust.
mean? Like,
So-
That's how we love the Holocaust.
Let me put you
or
on
that
to-
idea
let me
because
put
of
on-
Anne Frank.
Let me put you onto another book.
Oh my gosh.
Because I've been doing this thing this year, unplanned, of reading and exactly what you're saying, learning about other countries and other cultures based on fiction.
Yes.
I've read 2 books this year. One taught me about China and Maoism from reading it about the family. And then the other one, okay, so the first
I
one.
need all these books. I need all of them.
So
yeah.
the first one is called, I think it's called Wild Swans. And the cover is blue. I'll try send you pictures so that you can reference it if you're going to include it in the podcast. But basically that book covers 3 generations of these Chinese women from like the grandmother, the great-grandmother, the grandmother, and then the narrator, right? And it basically takes you through Maoism and how horrible that time was for them. Because without the Maoism background, you can't, they would have never become the superpower they are now. And just to read it from, especially from a female's perspective.
because we don't see that in the news either.
No.
Yeah.
And she tells it so beautifully, right? Because she's telling you of how the different regimes have affected them as a people and as a country and how that's changed their lives. And you get to see also the different things that are happening in modern day China that started from back then. So that's the first one. I think it's called Wild Swans.
Okay,
And
on that.
yeah, I'll
So
send you a
many books to
picture.
read. Absolutely.
And then the other one, the Anne Frank story, I read another book called 2 Lives by Vikram Seth. And his story, his story, it was one of my big reads where it's small writing and like
and it's
1,000 pages.
Yeah.
That one, the 50 pages was hard.
Practice.
Yeah.
It's a practice.
So his is about his uncle who married a German refugee. Yeah.
Oh.
And then, I forgot the lady's name. And basically this lady, her whole family, so they basically met in Germany when the uncle was studying. He went from India to Germany to study to be a dentist. And then when he was in Germany, befriended this family. And then he moved, I think, to England. And then the lady, when she was escaping Hitler, came to stay with him, and then they end up getting married.
Oh, wow.
And
it's a love story
It's a love story, and then they also you find like letters. They show you the letters.
I love seeing letters. Give me the
love
letters.
that. I love that.
And the pictures, and it gives you. It literally gives you Germany pre and post Hitler. And also, what is very nice about it is that they even take you to East and West Germany in the story, because the uncle lived until his 80s, so it's like over a long span of life. And then Vikram also found, let's say, like a kist full of stuff that he was just digging through, and he put it all in this book.
Oh, wow.
Yikes, dude.
Yeah.
What a book.
What a book!
Read books, guys. Kunta, what's
Read
your
books.
context?
It's not a book.
It doesn't have to be. Mine wasn't a book.
Yes, but yours was very political.
Absolutely. No, it was important.
important.
Yes, it
Please
was.
vote
But
for Tyler,
no,
guys.
genuinely,
Let's do
I'll
it.
go
Let's
vote
vote
for
for
I hate
her.
that they keep pulling her up. Like, just let
You
her
have been her
dance
activist
and sing and have a good time. Like,
since the
please.
beginning.
Think about what you were doing at 22.
Literally, no, guys, I'm like 22. Shem. Wow.
Just being,
Wow.
Do you know
just
what I
being
mean?
a,
Like,
you know,
just
a cutie,
Dude.
a little messy thingy.
Yes.
Like, why
I
not?
I mean, like,
Not
anyway.
answering a million people online.
Dude, old people that
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
My content is in Duduzo Makatini, guys. He's on
watched it.
Tiny Desk. Okay. And I was
Yes.
like, oh, so nice, because we were having a chat about it the other week, and I was like, oh, nice. And Duduzo's on there. So and then it's his album with why am I forgetting his name? It's in Duduzo, and then he's like a praise singer. He's like a praise
Buso Koza.
Buso.
Yes.
And Buso Koza is actually like a praise singer. He's gifted
Yes.
that way. So what he speaks is like channeling. He's a channel.
Yes.
He's a channel, you know. So I'm like, oh, the music that comes out of that, and I can't wait to listen to. I listened to a bit of it, like, because it just came out actually yesterday.
Yes, I think it was
Yeah.
yesterday. I haven't seen it yet.
That's when I also saw you on him. I was like, we must definitely claim this. Thank you for poaching our Peter, Helen.
I just started with a poach. She was like, we're talking about music.
I love that. Yes, I
Wow,
did.
wow. And I was
yes,
like,
about R&B. Yeah.
Sure. I will
Yeah.
always be a sucker for R&B.
No, absolutely.
For sure. I think
I love
everyone.
that.
Yeah. And no one,
We grew up
My
on
bread
it.
and butter.
Oh.
I just...
It's my coping mechanism. It is what
Not
it
a
is.
day goes by. Okay, anyway.
Yeah. Okay.
Let me not
Should
digress.
we jump into it?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, tell us a bit about you. Tell us where it all started, your love for what you do, because you're an activist. You're like
I don't know if I call myself an activist.
Okay.
You know, I have a thing, and this is why I want to go back to being umdomnyama and Xhosa.
okay.
I'm so tired of all the white labels, man.
Bro.
Yo, now you're an activist. Now you're that. Oh my God, Mandima. You know? Yeah. So
I hear that.
and the thing is
100%
that I
though.
feel like people latch onto titles so quickly without affording the title, right? There are activists,
That's a
people
word.
who every day bavuka bayolwela abantu. That's an activist. And I don't see myself in that sense.
Okay.
Because I'm not dedicating every second of my life fighting for the greater good, in the sense like somebody that, for instance, if I'm Nansebenzi, away to
Right.
sending out petitions
on the foreground,
yes,
like in
I'm
the
not
front running.
Yeah, I'm not
Yeah,
standing
yeah.
there outside Parliament screaming at
Right.
people. Those for me
Those
are
are
activists,
activists.
and
Yeah,
we
that's
need
so
to give the
true.
light to the right people.
Yeah.
Not that I'm saying, oh no, whatever. No, my work. I believe in one of my many callings. One of my callings is community.
Yeah.
So that's what I am.
Community
I'm
building.
I'm a
Yeah,
community worker.
yeah.
If we must give me a title, right? But where did it all start? Okay. Firstly, Kamalam is my clan name. So I think by them, when my family did that, they dedicated me to something bigger.
Absolutely.
Bigger than
naming,
me,
hey,
stronger
naming
than
is
me.
real.
That's-
It's a
naming
cast.
is
It's a
real.
spell that was cast.
It really
Yep.
is. And I'm only realizing it as I become more of an adult, because I don't think you ever stop becoming an adult, is that...
Adulting the show.
We're the
hey.
least adulty adults to ever adult, I have to say.
I'm
trying.
adulting on
We're
200
trying.
right
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
So, so when you name your child using a clan name, you are making them a vessel between the two, right?
Yeah.
And it's taken a very long time to understand that and to understand what that means, and then to contextualize it in Western South Africa, because that's what I think my life is. We live a Western life.
We do.
Yeah. So I am constantly doing this dance of, and sometimes I don't even think it's a dance. It's just what I am, in that I believe a part of me is I have to preserve and hold on to our culture and help us just keep it and remember who we are. And that's why I'm saying I'm not an activist. I'm just a community worker. And at the same time, I come from a lineage of entrepreneurs. My gran, who's still alive, for me, I believe she was our first entrepreneur, in that she came from Eastern Cape. Her and these are my maternal grandparents.
yeah.
They came to Joburg, umakhulu wami. My grandmother, I swear to God, if she was born now, she would be the Tebe Magugu of this time, because she can do everything.
Wow.
She can sew, she can knit, she can crochet. She's a milliner, all the things, and she's self-taught. She never went to school.
A lot of them.
She never went to school, and that's why I say they were the entrepreneurs. My grandfather was working in the mines, and the auntie on this side was supporting her. They raised 5 kids. And all of that for me is such an inspiration to keep going and to build. So I currently run a group of companies called Awonga Group, which is named after... for me, legacy is a huge, huge thing. My sisters always laugh at me because I'm like, guys, I'm building a dynasty. And they're like, please.
Because you are, babe.
Please.
There's always one in the family that's like, guys, we're building family, we're building a channel.
Yeah. No, guys, somebody
I love
has to
that.
be.
Somebody
right?
has to be.
Somebody
You're
has to
right.
be.
Yeah.
And
Truly, hey, like actually no jokes.
no,
jokes.
I'm not even playing,
Yeah,
right?
Yeah, no,
absolutely.
I joke, but I'm not playing either.
No, and the thing is that I've always known.
Yeah, you
Even when I was a
know.
child,
Yeah.
I've always like, Shem, mom, yo, that auntie, Shem, that lady loves me. I used to literally, like, when they were chilling at Rumin.
Big with strategies.
No, I would literally just go up to them and tell them what I want to do. Mama would let me do it. Like, jump onto Ikisti, switch off the TV, and just, like,
Freedom.
start just doing whatever I wanted to tell them. And they'd be like, you can do it, So I think that gave me a lot of confidence. I'm from the Eastern Cape, from a small town. I come from a very loving family where, I was always guarded and just pushed to do better, be better. And take this big energy and use it for something good.
Yeah. I really enjoy that. And we don't talk about that enough, and how parents can create environments for you to just like express yourself and be who you are and like just go and talk and do the thing.
It's like that thing yakdala ba. Izochaiva.
Yeah,
You know?
hey.
That was them
We
involved.
all danced for our
Yes.
parents.
Everybody danced. Everybody did the song and dance.
It's just like our parents really wanted to be like,
We were the
hey.
entertainment.
Yes.
But
Yes.
sometimes you really wouldn't want to be like, no, they'd all be like,
It's like, no, I don't want to do the boom shaka today.
But you know, guys, for me,
man,
it's
talent
it's,
shows.
It's a way of including the kids, right? In a very wholesome
And centering them.
Yes,
Yes. Like,
now
show us your
all the
talent.
attention.
Yes.
Okay.
Like now on Sunday, I was with my family and we had lunch and stuff. And one of my nieces was we were at her house, right? And she was the youngest. And there's like all these old people and people are just talking. And she had a bike and she just left it there. And I'm quite an active person. So I was like, come, let's ride your bike. And then I got her to ride it. And she kept like, yeah, I'm falling. And I was like, come on. Eventually she rode it.
Yeah.
Then she ran inside.
You taught her to ride a bike.
She knew how to, but she was just scared of falling.
was remembering.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay,
and she was just scared, and she just needed somebody
It's
to push
tough
her.
without
That's
training
what it
wheels.
is, though.
Yes.
It is,
Yeah.
though. Yeah, with learning how to ride a bike, especially, you just
Yeah.
need to
Yeah.
be held until you
Yes.
can
Until you and you're like, let go now. And then,
So she did it on her own while we were all inside, and then she came to call us, right?
Oh,
to
I
come
love
see her
that.
ride the bike. And it was such a beautiful moment. And I know people talk about core memories and stuff. And in that moment, I knew this was hers because we all stood estupini. And we were like, go Amare! Like screaming for her. And she went like a few times, right? Like, gee,
I love that.
I could see her being like, yeah,
This
it's
is
my
me.
moment.
This is
me.
me.
Just from the simple thing like that, right? And just being, and we were afforded that, like you're saying, as kids. But it's a jive, and then you get there, and you're just like, yeah, I'm actually really good. But you're actually
it's
horrible.
like-
but nobody knows.
and it's always a roll of the dice of like, sometimes you're bad, sometimes you're not. But people would hype you up anyway.
Yes.
Yeah.
And how you'd have just those judgments about yourself. Like you're not, you know, you're doing you. It's the confidence. It's not
Yes, they were building your confidence. They were building your
confidence.
confidence.
Yes.
In a room.
Yes, no matter. You can
Yes.
bomb.
Yes.
Fine. But do it.
And nobody
Yeah.
cares that you
Do it.
bomb, right?
Yeah.
It's just like, I went to go jive. Yeah.
Come on. Yeah, which one, it really was a lesson in like,
Yeah.
don't overthink it. Like, don't
Because
think
they-
that hard about it.
I was
Just-
same. I was
just
the
do it.
same.
And you know, we'd all be there
overthinking,
like,
shy little girl, like you know.
yeah.
In Xhosa,
yeah.
we say sunyaba if you're like being shy
Yeah.
and stuff. Like, come on, man, you know, put some chutzpah in it.
Yeah.
And that really, I think, is such a is it invaluable? Whatever that word.
is, it is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Lesson to teach a child because it then empowers them for going forward. For me, it did wonders for me.
Yeah.
I
It will do wonders.
I was never scared to
Yeah.
speak, to do anything. And I think from a young age, and this one has been a catch-22 in my life, I've always wanted to stand up for people, and
wow.
I'm
Hear
I'm
that.
not for for injustice. I remember, and my mom always talks about it. Like when I was a child in grade 5, there was a child who was being abused in our school, and I'll never this thing has stayed in my head, and I think it's one of the things that's pushed me. I went to a girls' school my whole life. And you know, birthdays are a big thing in a girls' school. And one of my classmate, it was her birthday, but she was crying. And for me, it didn't make sense, like, what's wrong and stuff. And I've always been this kind of personality. So eventually I found out what had happened. And she had been beaten by her mom with a wooden spoon because she couldn't make a porridge. Like it's Yo, I was so angry. And I got home and there were still landlines back then, the only child line. And I reported it.
You reported it. You're the one. You're the one, dude.
No, I'm 100% the one. I nominate
hey.
myself every time.
Right.
Child line.
I only child line.
dirty.
That 1, 2, 3, and I gave them. Me, I'm good with info.
Yeah. Ooh, and you know how to do it. You know how to talk to them.
This is
Yeah. This is their surname. This is their address. Gave them everything.
Oh, because remember
you
back
reported
then
the
we
case.
had
I
so
opened the
much
case. You opened the
information.
case.
We had
Yes.
information.
And it was in your
there was
head.
the white, because there was the yellow pages, but the white
pages
pages
as
had
well.
addresses.
They had addresses.
They had addresses, so you could find. You could be like, okay, where does Qunta live? And then I could be like, oh, this is her address. This is the landline, and then you could call people.
Yeah.
And be like, hey, I
So
need
true
X,
about
Y,
that,
Z.
hey?
Like,
The
the
yellow
information
pages,
was
guys.
just there.
Available.
Yellow pages was business, white pages was like residential.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then it
And you
stopped
could do
because
that.
they were probably like,
phoning as well was a
Yeah.
thing. You pick up the phone and it
Yeah.
was a landline. There was always that information available.
Yep, I reported, and then the only way my mom knew I'd reported this thing because I moved on. I reported, and then
you were like, well, great Wednesday.
yeah,
It's
like
fine.
good deed for the day. Then I went and I played outside.
Oh
Then
no.
when I came home, Mama was like, Ndima, because they call me with this Dukosame Kai. And my mom was like, Ndima, ufone chat line. And I was like, yes.
I love this.
I sure did.
You're still like, Mom,
I was like, oh my God, you weren't here. And I told her. She's like, well, they're coming to the house.
Oh my
because they
goodness.
think it's us. And I was like, no, I'll tell them. It's okay. I'll still be
I'll
here.
sort this out.
Yeah. And just like, and my mom is always like, yo, Mandima also bambisa. Like, be
Yeah,
careful.
you will take someone to jail.
Yeah. And so, and it's something that and so my work is that,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
Yeah. So, so I grew up and I started being, I think, since entrepreneurship is in my blood, I've always been an entrepreneur. I had my first business at 10.
What was the business?
I was running a swimming bath in my yard because we had a
Okay.
pool.
Come on now.
And I was friends with all the boys in the neighborhood.
Come on now.
So you were getting them to...
Yeah, but it's a 2 rand.
Yes.
And then to swim up until we fight and then check it out. Literally. They have a picture of me in a little swimming costume with a moon bag just being like...
But your little business at 10 years old, hey?
At 10 years old, well, it got shut down because my mom, she wasn't there when I was doing it. And when they came back, I got the beat down of my life. Yeah.
Oh, man.
So that stopped.
Okay.
Yeah.
But that was a good hustle. I
That
can
was
imagine.
a great hustle. I was giving my sister money from the pool money.
Oh, come on now.
We had so much money. Because also I used to play with boys. So all of the boys from the whole area
town,
would
Yeah,
come
would
here.
come. Because it would be like, it's cool. Yeah, the vibe is here.
Yes, and it was school
the vibe is
holidays.
here,
And
hey.
like, you've gone 8. So you can swim from 8
School
o'clock.
holidays, they
Yeah.
can make a lot of money.
And the days were long.
They were so...
Because like you just didn't, it would always get to the point where you just don't know what to do with yourself.
Yeah.
You know?
I had
some
no
people
clue.
would
At your aunt's house
sleep,
the
you'd
one
watch TV,
week.
it would get boring.
Yeah, like you invent all these
Food.
games.
Okay, reading, all right. Yeah, it was a long time that we were at home. And also because we didn't have our friends around, I don't know, maybe.
Yeah.
Sometimes.
Like we would just visit as cousins.
Yeah,
But it was like if
visit,
everyone is away.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
We assume everyone is away. Yeah, in December because people did go like
Yeah, because I
home.
think it was December because it was hot. Yeah. Yeah. So that was my first business.
Okay.
I love
Then
that.
I had my second business when I was 17 because we gave it a break, for 7 years.
Yeah.
Just
you should, right?
simmer down.
Cannot work throughout your childhood.
Yeah, and my mom was also, and my mom, I won't lie, that lady, she managed to just get me to simmer down.
Yeah.
I think I would
because
have
you
been,
would have been a lot, eh?
Yeah, definitely. She was able to just go, okay, let's just bring it down. Okay. And then
Let's
I had my second business in grade 11.
Okay.
Where, again, I've always just wanted to have my own money. And they wouldn't buy me the sneakers fast enough. So I was like, fuck that.
That was such a good thing to do, hey? Save your money to buy your things.
Yeah, to buy my things.
Yeah.
Because my mom has always been like, "Imali yakho yoyam." Like,
Yeah.
uyasebenzela. And I started in school, I started a curry bunny business. Basically, amagwinya with mince inside.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
So it's good, it's nice. Started way, like a long
way
time
back,
ago.
hey?
Yeah. Where, I'd get to see Sendlini. I had a deal with the season. Always had deals.
Hey.
Get to see
The big fat manager.
Yeah, just sisincede sisenza amagwinya senze mince in the morning. She'd wake up update 10 flat iskaftina, go sell at school. And then I don't even know how I discovered this, but outside of our town there was a Nestle factory, and in Nestle, I don't know how I found this out, but I did, and I dragged my mom into it again. And what they did is that they, e-rejects, like if it's cracked, they throw it away, but it's still perfectly
yeah,
good
it's
chocolate.
fine, yeah.
So you could buy like a 50 kg for like
stuff.
50 rand of a Kit Kat yodwa, because I've always been, I love Kit Kat.
Kit Kat.
I've always been obsessed with Kit Kat.
I know that's
love
right.
a Kit Kat.
So I used to buy that bag and take it home, and then ebone plastic apombi, touch 2 fingers and put it in there and sell it. And I had kids, I had juniors selling for me in the school.
You even had juniors
I had
selling.
employees. And I actually won an entrepreneurship competition from that business.
Wow, I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. You're really good at it, hey?
Yeah.
Because I have some thoughts about entrepreneurship. It is not easy.
It's
Yeah.
When you are
excuse me, guys, I'm swearing so much.
it's
No,
fine.
there's
okay.
not PG-13.
Okay, cool. Entrepreneurship.
No,
Makura.
yeah, like I guess, yeah, it is. It's beautiful to have the knack for it, but I think, it's a reality. Hey, like it's a different reality as an adult when you're now like
No, for sure.
branding and you have so much to.
Where I don't have my mom's house anymore.
Right? You don't have all the actually capital and resources,
I can relate to
right?
that as well, like selling little burgers at school and
You actually.
cupcakes and whatever. Like you just,
It was easy because there was stuff at home.
yeah, there's always
The
stuff at
support
home.
is available.
And you
at
don't
home.
necessarily think about where it comes from. I even think of the people who would sell. There was a guy, I'm forgetting who it was. They sold pin pops out of their bag. Pin pops got banned at a stage because they were like the gum.
push pops.
No, not the push pop. I love the push
was
pop.
an era.
but
TV
the
holes.
pin pop,
Yes.
where it was the lollipop and then there's gum like
Yes.
on
Oh
the inside.
yes, yeah.
So they were like, no, there's gum, like these are banned, blah blah blah. So they stopped selling them.
Because
so
of the gum, yeah.
Somebody roped their mom into it, got her to buy a big bag. You know, at Macro, how you could just buy like 100 of
Macro.
them.
Yeah.
Then they'd sell them out of their backpack.
Yeah.
And it was like we were smuggling drugs. You'd be like,
Yes.
like I need 3 of
Yeah.
them there. And then you get 3 and then it was a whole thing. But entrepreneurship started early.
Right.
You know, a lot of
Yes.
people.
They did.
Yeah, so it was really cool. You had the pool.
Yeah.
You had Amakun, you had the Kit Kat.
Right,
You had
you had
people working for you.
space.
You had staff.
I did. I
At
had 3
17,
staff.
you had
really
staff.
did.
Yeah.
Hey,
You had a
And
payroll.
like Benba Patala.
She had a
Then-
payroll.
Yeah.
payroll, dude.
And then matric, my mom was like, never that. You need to
you
relax.
need to
You need
buckle it down
Yeah, she
and
was
focus
like,
on
The
this.
trick was so intense. With
Guys,
that.
from grade 11, from
Marks,
grade 11, things went
It's a
so
serious time because the
incredibly
deciding
serious.
like you need a.
Yeah.
It was always big. Like
My
the
mom was like,
deciding
I was
year,
utshona ngenxa yemali Mandima. And I was just like, okay.
girl, I guess.
Yeah, I'm like, fine. I could be on my way out of the school, but cool. No, I made a lot of money. Because like you're saying, I didn't have bills. I just had to pay my people.
like, that's all
Bills
you
change
do,
things.
yeah.
Bills
Yeah.
change things.
And it's
Bills
like you
change
buying this mountain of
things.
Kit Kats for 50 rand, and then
Yonke yam.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can do something about it. But I want to go back to entrepreneurship in the So now when you're now of age, you've come of age, and it's you want to take it seriously, right? Like in your
Yeah.
entrepreneurship is it's now closer to achieving like real actionable things in this world. Like we're having festivals, we're having events, we're dealing with personalities, and also just like how did you then just choose to go into entrepreneurship, or did you like getting a job? How is that for you? Because I think we all have faced that that reality, or maybe we've been bullied to think, okay, now it's time for you to get a job, and life will get you to that point where you're like, listen, it's time for you to get some sort of stable income. Okay. How do you then, because entrepreneurship is that, it's like building from instability sometimes, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So for me, then after school, I passed matric.
Yes.
Then I came to Joburg to study.
Yes.
And then while I was still here, still on the hustle, doing the promos, all of that,
Yes, now we're working on
So
other
now I'm
things, yeah.
working, and I have older cousins who are now putting me on and stuff.
Nice, okay.
And my big break into like the marketing or creative space comes, I've been working in this space since I was 20 years old, 2021. Wow. Yeah. What happened is that the people that put me on always laugh at me. So I've always been blessed in that I always have people that want to help me and just like help me get further, pay it forward. And that's why I also do it now. Ophelia and Howard Ross Sims, they're a couple. And when they used to come to Joburg, they used to always call me. But how I met them is that one of my cousins was a model. And her makeup artist needed a makeup assistant. They're working on Crazy Games. This will reveal my age. They're working on Crazy Games, and then my cousin gets a call, but hey, we need the person needs an assistant. So she goes, call my cousin. She's always down for something. And literally, I don't even wear makeup. I don't even know how it works. But I was there. I was like, sure, I'll go.
Say, put me in, coach.
Yeah, I was like, let's go. I was like, what do I need to do? And I'd sit there at what do you call those things? Oh, for the powder. I just had the
like
sponge.
the compact. Yeah, you just.
Yeah. And then go sit down again.
Powder
Yeah.
the nose,
Yeah, somebody goes, oh, I feel shiny, sharp.
Oh, powdering.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was doing whatever she asked me to do, you know?
Yeah.
So then, and then it turned out that the producers of the show were staying in a hotel not far from where I stayed. And they gave me a ride, and the rest was history. Because then we just got along.
Because then it's like now we're chatting.
Yeah, now we're chatting. They invited me upstairs. I'm just this kid that's like, wah, 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 wah. And there's probably just like, oh my God. Yeah. So then every time they came here, they'd call me. And then, and I was actually their first intern. So,
Nice.
yeah.
Okay, I see.
Yeah, because they were part of a group, the one where I met you.
Ah.
Yes.
Where did you guys meet, guys?
James.
Oh,
Oh my goodness, that's how we know each other.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, from live. And then we're
Yes.
like, hey.
Yeah, then we bumped each other.
Yeah, like at work.
right,
Well,
at work.
formerly
Okay,
King
let's-
James.
yeah,
which is
Yes.
now
Okay.
mergers and acquisitions. But
Yes.
what used to be King
Formerly
James.
King
Alright,
James.
Formerly King
Yeah.
James, yeah.
Oh, wow.
So I started off in their the experiential department. 'Cause you know King James is a group of
yes.
companies,
Yeah.
right? So I started off in the experiential. And yeah, I just started building
Love
from
that.
there. And Howard and Fee were very graceful in that they always gave me opportunity. And because being Papa, they would be like, oh, you want more? Then
Tata
more.
sebenza.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
know, and I
nice
just kept
synergy.
growing. Yeah.
Nice.
And then I get to the when I was still working for people, I used to always get to the point where I wanted more, right?
Yeah,
It was never, I never felt complacent to be like, yo, I'm going to be here for the next 10 years. Because I always just had more ideas and more things. And even Ofi were like, yeah, sharp, okay, go. But we still, and they've taught me so much. They were able to teach me that you can leave us, but we can still be like friends. We can become
Yeah,
family.
absolutely,
And it's not
yeah.
personal. If you leave now, it must be an ugly thing and stuff. Yeah, so I worked, then I started freelancing after I left
Okay.
King James. Yeah, and then I started freelancing. Then in 2016, I started The Fam. So The Fam is it's now evolved to become a social impact agency, and underneath The Fam, I do consumer insights, social impact programs, and I do experiential.
Oh, wow.
Because eventually, I don't consume alcohol. So I know that eventually I will not want to be at a party at 4 a.m. So and also COVID came and I had to pivot to be like, okay, what else can you do? What are people asking from you? And I realized that a lot of people were coming to me for consumer insights, right? So, and by consumer insights,
Yeah,
you guys are,
yeah.
you understand exactly what I'm saying. But yeah, so I started doing that. Then once I started doing consumer insights, I started realizing that campaigns are ineffective. Because what does a campaign do for people really? Besides come in, kwenziwe party, and then you leave.
What's the
And
impact?
yeah,
that it
what's the
creates
impact?
after that?
Yeah, so I started creating social impact programs.
Okay.
So now we're moving away from just doing a campaign to sell this water to being like, how can the people own the water? How do we teach them to bottle the water? So that's
Wow,
what we do.
empowering
Yeah.
kind of.
And then in 2016, I think I've always just been a rebel and wanting to just change the narrative if I'm not happy with it. Because in 2016, I started having my first IP concept, right? Or event concept, as they're commonly known, which is called Buga Arts. And in Buga Arts, once upon a time, I converted a warehouse into a loft. I said, New York, unfortunately, New York. And I was like, now I'm in New York. And I went into the city and
Because
found
there
a
are
space.
a lot of beautiful buildings that way in town. Beautiful architecture in Joburg, in fact.
Yeah.
Okay?
So I started with that. So in the space that we were living in, I started hosting Buga Arts. Where now, because we had huge walls.
Yeah.
So, and then I started speaking to other artists and we started something
Activating
called
the space,
we started something called Last Wednesday's group exhibitions. Where I was giving, because I didn't appreciate the thing of going into these into the formal galleries. We have to pretend and act a certain way. It's just art, guys. Come on, like let's relax. Oh my god. So in mine, we started having music, having food, making it an experience.
It's a party almost.
It's a party,
There's
guys.
never food at art. Like
Exactly.
we're only getting into food now. There's always wine.
Yes.
But it's like, okay, now we're getting into food. Thank you so much, guys.
Can we do that? Can we have some music? Make it a vibe.
Yeah.
So I started doing that for a little bit of time. And I'm actually bringing back Ibuka Arts now with Ibuka Arts Experiences because I'm now in a creative building at Constitution Hill called Transverker Building.
Oh, yes.
You guys must come. You've been. You must come visit. Yeah. And Buka Arts Experience, the whole idea is to take you on a full arts experience. And I'm collaborating with our artisans in the building where you come in, we do a studio walkabout, and then you get to do a workshop where you can make something and go home with it. And then you just get a light lunch from Scotty's Nice.
This is very, very cool.
It really is. And you have the artists.
I like that.
You have artists having residencies as well in your program.
Oh, yes. So,
short little things where they can come in and do their work in a space. You give them that space.
Yeah. So I started off with Ibuka Arts. I did Ibuka Arts, and then Ibuka Arts birthed Ibona Kude. And Ibuka Arts, as the name is quite self-explanatory, it means to admire the art. And then Ibona Kude, it was for visual storytellers, where again, filmmakers, we consume so much American or Western content, yet we have amazing creators in the country. So I started Ibona Kude, where I was doing short film nights, right? Where you could submit. And my premise is always to promote Black and brown content first, because, you know.
Yeah.
And
just like,
We're all like, what?
catch it.
so yeah, then I started Ibona Kude, and that was really fun. And again, for me, it's always been like, how do we consume what we create in a fun and relaxed manner?
Right.
And make
Because that's where we learn as
Emphasis
well.
on fun and relaxed.
Emphasis on
Yeah.
fun.
And also, how do we? Because I feel like classism, yes.
It's always academic.
And it's always
yeah, like
it's also very classist, right?
True.
Yeah,
like you're not welcome in the space.
Yes.
You
There
must
is
act
so
a
much
which
certain
is why
in
which
this
is why
industry and the
what
art.
made
Yes.
which is what actually pissed me off about First Thursdays in Joburg. In
Very
that
true.
as a concept that was made to democratize art and give people access, then they turned around and they're like, no, you must pay entrance. I was like,
Kanjani.
no.
Yes.
That's not the point.
They love to suck money out of the people in this area.
Yes.
I have to be honest. Santon, Joburg, maybe. I don't know.
And now
it's just-
Kalashnikov is moving from
Yeah,
Brown.
Kalashnikov. Yeah, and they're having their
Kalashnikov. I never know
They've
how to
been
say
in
it,
Brown
but
for a long
that
time,
one.
though.
Yeah,
they have and they're having their after party soiree. They're having a soiree.
I saw.
I
as a
think I want to
final-
go.
I'm definitely gonna go.
I want to go.
The Kalashnikov
Soiree.
boys, the Kalashnikov boys are cool people.
Very,
Yeah.
I mean,
They do know
what
how to
an
throw a good party.
institution.
Yeah.
What an
What an
institution as
institution.
well.
Yeah.
Like the art was really nice.
Yeah, and
you
they also
know,
just
for
like,
years.
and I actually also with them, I have history with them
Yes,
because
of
I've worked
course
with
you do.
them.
Of course
so
you
they're just
do.
like they're just boys, man. You know.
Yeah.
So it's been really nice to see them, see their
Yeah,
evolution, and now that they also want to go into different things as well. You know.
okay.
Yeah.
So is it completely like
So
it's done?
They're stopping Kalashnikov, and I think they're both just doing solo pursuits.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
got
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Okay.
So then I did Bonakude. Then the more I became affirmed in my queerness.
Yes.
Yeah. In 2019, I started Tint Talks.
Okay.
Because I wanted a space. I was seeing podcasts and stuff, and I was like, oh, that's cool. But then I wanted a space where we could go in and be able to just talk as queers, right? Because you could talk in your little corners, but it was always whispers. And I was like, why are we whispering?
Yeah.
So then I started Tint Talks, which was
Nice.
basically a platform, like exactly this. But with me, it was the format is a panel discussion with a host, and we discuss. And I always say this, that the conversations we have on Tint, now it's become Tint Network, because we have other podcasts in it. And the evolution of it is that the conversations are not just for the queer community. It's just being discussed by the queers because it's a safe space for them.
I love
Yeah.
that.
Because
like
we
that.
speak on things like polyamory, and that's
Yeah.
not just a queer experience.
And that's what it should be, right? Like we should
Yeah.
all be able to be available to have the conversations. It shouldn't be straight people, queer people. And I think that's sometimes the because of how queerness has become such it's become an activist movement. A very it can be exclusive, and then we go into gender wars, and then it gets exclusive. But we all need to have these conversations.
Yeah.
We all need to have these conversations, because you're straight until you're gay until you're straight. Like it's a spectrum, truly. Like, and we have life conversations like polyamory.
Yeah.
People are doing it.
Yeah, a lot of people are
Married
opening up
people
their
are,
marriage. Or
Yeah.
people are saying they're ethically non-monogamous.
Love non-monogamy. It's an interesting concept.
Yeah, and I was always like, what an interesting turn of phrase, because I was like,
right. It's like non-monogamy,
but ethically,
Yes.
Johnny. But I was like, okay,
Yeah. Because you're not cheating.
because you're not,
you're transparent.
It says a level of
about it.
transparency and like
Transparent.
honesty.
That's the beauty.
Yes,
That's truly the beauty.
those
of
are the
it.
ethics. Yeah,
Not an easy
Definitely not.
None of these.
Not for the faint-hearted, I can imagine that.
I am not that mature. I am not that mature.
You know what? Thank you for putting it like that. Because I'm always like, I don't know if I could do this.
I know I can't.
I don't think.
Listen,
Me
guys,
as
and I've had
Mandima.
conversations that have inspired me. I'm like, wow, this is nice to feel like you can have the conversation of just like in the context of a relationship and just be like, hey, you know, like just talk about cheating. I think it is a good antidote to cheating. That's what I think it is a good way to get rid of cheating.
Yeah.
Does that make sense? Because it's lying.
I get that.
It's the lying portion is what cheating is, I think. Yeah.
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 I think
But-
for me, the non-monogamy conversation is you.
Yeah. Whew.
And this is the thing,
Deep,
right,
deep
about
conversation.
Tin Talks, that it's
Yes.
taught me a lot.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
it's taught me so
From
much.
people who've had that experience.
Yes, and
do you know what I
listening to
mean?
them and hearing what they have to say about it. And that's
Yeah.
why that platform, Tin Network, for me is so important.
Absolutely.
Because I always learn whenever we're hosting something. And the one thing that I learned from the polyamory, non-monogamy is that at least this way you're giving the person an opt-in and out button, right?
exactly.
Instead of fooling them
Yeah.
and acting like you're smarter than them.
Yeah.
Because now what this
Yeah.
takes away is the deceit,
Yes.
right? And the
Hallelujah.
betrayal.
And the opt-in and opt-out is important.
It's very important.
It
Because
is,
we ain't
because you're
judging
asking
you.
me
Yes.
if I can do this or if I can't.
and
You
Yes.
know what happens.
And I
Yes.
know
Yeah.
I'm very
Yeah.
frank and clear and
Yes.
transparent about where I am. Do you know what I mean?
Because then people can set up rules of engagement and decide.
Exactly. Exactly.
Now
Yeah.
we're adults.
You
and
get
it's
to
not
decide,
toxic.
yes.
We're not
Yeah.
now scratching each other and going crazy because, hey, when
Yeah.
you did this.
Yeah.
No, we're talking about it. So that's why I respect it, because I'm like, yo, for me, I don't know if I have that much capacity to be able to
Yeah.
handle all of that communication I would have to do.
Yeah.
But the people that do it and do it well, bye guys, wow. Well
Yeah,
done.
because
It is communication.
my thing is always
is
like I get the communication aspect, but then it's like, oh, now I also have to do I also have to do you know what I mean? Because it's like
Yeah.
you are ethically non-monogamous.
Yeah,
then
now
does
does
that mean that I also have to?
Yeah. Because then
And
you
it
would, in a
doesn't,
sense,
but
have
then
to
it's
be
like-
if you are with somebody not like that.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Hey, yeah, no.
It's tough. It's a tough conversation. It's a tough conversation.
I think I'm so sorry. But yeah.
yeah. So,
Okay.
Yeah. then-
Yes, so Tin Talks are
Then we have
really
Tin-
important.
Very important.
Yeah.
Please check it out. Go check out the
Absolutely,
content. Let me know what you
absolutely, you know.
think. Then I have La Grande brand, which is a ball.
Yes.
Yeah, one of my favorite things to do.
Yes, if you are
And-
a fan of Drag Race, of any sort of dragging, like you have to go
Yeah.
to Mandima's event. They're beautiful. They're
Thank
beautiful
you.
inner city beauty. People come there and they literally bring what RuPaul does on TV to life. And it's
stage.
beautiful to the
Yeah.
stage. It's beautiful to witness. It is.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's such a fun space. But now, because a lot of people have been asking me, like, okay, why don't you do your things anymore? And my answer now is that unless I've got the proofs of concepts, like, damn,
Yeah.
I'm listing
Hey, the
them.
portfolio
The
is
portfolio is
stacked.
there,
At
right?
this point.
So I don't want to bankroll anymore because now I'm dala. I need money to live.
Yeah, that's
no,
where the conversation
yes,
starts
yeah.
to be.
It can't be a passion project forever. Come
Yeah.
on. Nam fun pila kamnandi,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
And also,
that's the thing with entrepreneurship, isn't
Yeah.
it? It's like, how do you then monetize money? Money,
Yeah.
money, you
and
know?
also another big driver for me to not do things now just from the goodness of my heart is
Yeah.
that I don't want to ask people to do things for me for free. I don't.
Truly.
Especially the queers. Because the queers are already marginalized and unemployed and need the resources. So I can't be the one, I go to this house and I ask 5 people to stop their lives and dedicate it to me just to get claps at the end. I can't. So that's why I don't do it unless there's money, you know? And because I want to be able to, when I call you, Didi Qunta, get your house together, you
Yeah.
know. There's a bag.
Yes.
However much it is,
Yeah.
you at least are getting something.
Yeah.
And you can
Yeah.
put your life together. And I think that's where I'm at now, is that I don't want to ask people for favors. I don't want to tell people that there's exposure, because that is exploitation.
Shubai exposure. Guys.
But you're on the other side of being exposed, you get exposure.
And you know, like the amount of people who just do things just for exposure, just to have that proof of concept, right? Just to have that proof of concept.
And people will, but it's created such a convoluted environment.
Their career. It's like money needs to come definitely into the conversation. And I was at a talk. I think it's called the Creative 20 is what they call themselves.
I think so. I think I know
and they are, I mean, it is people who take themselves seriously as creative, and they are brands, and they are pushing the manufacturing part of it now. We're actually now moving into, and it's like, so many things were revealed in that conversation about the creative economy that exists in Joburg. The fact that this is a mining town, but now it is a creative mining town.
Yes.
There's so much creative potential here, and it is moving. It's an economy, but there's no money.
Yes,
there's very little money.
To tell you that people are doing things for free.
Yes, guys.
I think I remember how shocking I found it coming from magazines that, like, even here, not that much money exchanges hands.
Yeah.
A lot of it is just agreements.
Yeah.
It's like
vibes.
It's vibes, or it's like, how can we barter?
Guys.
So
what are you giving
We're
me?
giving you pages in this magazine, and you're gonna give us
It's still
event space or
exposure,
something.
right?
Do you know what I mean? And for me, I was like, this is so crazy, because you would think people are getting paid, everyone's getting paid, but it's like, not really, no. And even that was like, what, 10 years ago now?
Yeah.
It's still like that.
And it's still like that. Yeah.
And you know what that does? The one conversation we don't have is where do you operate from? And we
from
operate
what resources?
From
dude?
what resources? And one of the biggest resources is mentally, right? Because if you are operating from a place of lack, you move from a place of lack.
Absolutely.
And the creative economy in South Africa is a big pool of lack.
Yeah.
Right? Hence, people are addicted to things because substance abuse becomes your pacifier, because you're feeling wronged by so many things. And you have people that come and say, hey, Kaspalamanzi, we'll put you on the camera. What do you mean? How am I going to get this water to you? Who's paying for the delivery? Small things like that nobody thinks about. And then if you as an entrepreneur start declining all of these free exposures, you start being seen as an uppity person.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
But nobody's talking about how you actually don't have the money to get there.
Yeah.
And then what that does is that it starts creating cliques, because now you guys have to form alliances. And then this alliance is the only one that benefits from this bag.
Yeah, because
then
they're getting all the work and they put each other on.
There's a lot of that. Hey, there are alliances. It's
There's-
such an interesting thing that you're bringing up. There are a lot of alliances around here that are getting a lot of jobs. Do you know what I mean?
And it moves only in
a
that
circle.
alliance,
Yeah.
right? Because we're all operating from lack.
And right now you are your network. You are who you know.
Yep.
Not what you studied.
Yeah.
Not how smart you are.
Yeah, or how great you are at your work.
Even if you think of like boardroom politics, how likable you are will take you very far.
You see, I'm not likable.
And it's weird because it's
Same,
like if people perceive you as someone who's enjoyable to work with. And I mean, you see it all the
you
time.
sacrifice a
Where
lot
you'll be
that
like,
way,
yo,
right?
I wish this person could rather X, Y. Because sometimes it can feel like, is work just a group project where we never get to decide who's in the group? Like, you know, it's cool. And it'd be like, yo, hey, half of us are working, the other half are just your wives.
Yeah.
But you see the same thing in work, in so many different spaces. You see the same thing where it's like, some people
But it's such a systemic issue, because I always say to myself,
It is a systemic issue.
high school
issue.
happens is still happening. Like
Yeah, it never ends. It
Those
never ends.
rituals, that's what we know anyways. And you know, if we're not disrupting that, you know, like if we're not saying anything about that, if we're not those cliques, those ways of being, there was always the cool kids in high school. There was always the, you know,
And you
it's
can
just,
talk about the cool kids of Joburg. Like, it's
still
still
the same, you know,
Yeah.
and people operate. And I do want to say this because it's got a lot to do with privilege as well. It's got a lot to do with access and network. You know, you are your network. But it's like, you know, privilege is such an interesting concept to me. It's such a, and there's a lot of privilege moving around here. Like privilege is a real thing.
But also, don't you think that's funny though? Because a privilege, there's white privilege and then there's black privilege. In the white community, they're all privileged or majority.
Yeah.
Wow.
Majority.
A lot of them
That's
are.
true.
Yeah.
But they don't make it a bad thing.
No. And then in the black community,
We make it a bad
privilege is only 1%.
Angithi kunjalo sisebenza from land.
Yes. So now what that does, it also pits us against each other.
That's it.
Exactly.
That's apartheid. Apartheid.
Yeah. We've gone back to the beginning because the thing is, even to your point, people will then like make you want to feel bad for having privilege, or like it just becomes a thing where it's like, okay, because I could say that I'm privileged and I could acknowledge the opportunities that my parents have given, who they know, whoever. But it's also like, should we then all
Should I feel
not?
bad about
Should we
that?
either feel bad about it, or should our parents be like, oh, I could help you, but like I won't? Do you know what I mean? Because that's also weird. So it's like,
Because
we
I think
want
that's
one another to
definitely-
all stay down.
Yeah. Oof.
Which is
why
bad.
must we stay
And we shouldn't stay
down?
down. It's like, it mustn't be power of the one. We must all come up. But like, we must let
we
people
have
be up if
these-
they are up, you know?
Yes.
So it's like, cool, if your friend has a business or has a show, buy a ticket to the show. Buy the thing. But we're all there like, but like friends and family discount or like whatever. So it's like, we also need to help each other get to the other side.
Right.
So many other people
there's always-
operate off nepotism and like privilege.
Yeah.
And we shame each other for it's weird.
Such an interesting point that you're bringing up, because a lot of I mean, I know like a lot of religions operate that way, and it's okay. It's okay to be like, hey, if you're Jewish, welcome. You can do this. And you can do
Do you
so
know what
much.
I
You can
mean?
get
It's like
this.
you can be a little
But
intern and
yeah,
you
know,
can,
you can,
Yeah.
and that is a
That's the
huge
power
propeller.
of
That's
community.
power. That's the
That's the
power
community.
of community. And
Yes.
But we don't use
that's
ours
what
that
I'm saying.
way.
Like, what's happening with Black people and community, bro?
We don't, at the moment,
Don't use it that way.
happening?
And we should.
Is it
We
true?
probably should.
Because it's like, because it is that extension. It's like extending your wealth, extending your name, people don't want to, people are gatekeepy, people
But then
are,
because you think someone's going to take it away from you.
what's that
Because
about?
it's a place
What's
of
that
lack.
about?
Because
Scarcity,
people want to hold
scarcity,
it, yeah.
Yeah.
scarcity, lack.
scarcity mentality.
Yeah, and it's like
saying,
if you
yeah,
give
now
it
we're
and pay it
seeing.
forward,
Yeah.
it doesn't mean you'll have any less.
Literally.
It doesn't.
It's like if, excuse me, if I get a gig, and I can't do the gig, why do I hold on to it?
Do you know what I
Because I'm not
mean?
going to do it. I don't have the skills for
That's
it.
what's
Why
happening.
can't I call you
People
and be
hold
like,
on,
hey, you do the
there's
gig?
and there's whatever, a backlog of
Yes.
events
Just
that you
sitting.
haven't done, and then the funds run out.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's like a real like slowing down, like
don't-
sabotage,
don't-
like
Let it stay in the cycle.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like let somebody
And that's
else
what
do
money
it.
is. Economy is the cycle
That's
that
literally,
moves. It
you know,
moves, it
they say in the
moves.
Jewish community, 1 rand travels 23 times amongst the Jewish community before it leaves. In the black community, it's
incredible.
one-on-one. Iyangena,
Yikes.
iyaphuma. Iyangena, iyaphuma.
that wow.
So imagine 1 rand
Tells you about
kwamajuda,
worth,
it's touched
it tells you about
23
abundance,
lives.
it tells you about
Yeah.
value.
Here, ingenile, yadlula, it didn't even
Yadlula.
change your life. Because tina sisapotani.
Yeah.
So there's nothing
Oh my
wrong
goodness
with
me,
building
hey?
with your community.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm quite open about it. Under the fam, actually no, across the board, I hire firstly abantu abamnyama, or let me say POC. Those are the people that I start with because they're the ones that do the work anyway, right?
Hey, because we also need to work, hey guys.
Yeah.
Also need to work, eh?
Yeah.
You're
But-
not here to play, hey? Like we're here to work.
And you guys have the companies, but nobody's saying come through because you have the skills. So I say come through, and people do an amazing job, which is what they were going to do anyway. So I start with that. And then in my teams, I always have to have females and queer people. Doesn't matter. And it's based on merit. I'm not just like, one bad masimfage. No, because I know the people that can do the job, but they're just not being given the platform. And nobody's going to learn unless somebody puts you on.
Somebody has to start.
Somebody has to take a risk. Somebody has to take a
Yeah.
risk. People always take a risk with me.
And more often than not, it's not even a risk.
No, it's not.
Do you know what I mean?
It's
and
not
that's
a risk.
also the thing, because it's like
view it as a risk.
you see,
Yes.
the whole thing just needs a reframe, because
Yeah.
it's not a risk. It's an opportunity
It's a lift up
with
that
someone
you
who
can,
has the
yeah.
skill.
Yes.
And even when
And
they
they're gonna
don't,
bring
people are willing to
themselves.
learn as
Yes.
well.
Yeah. And It's Good, It's Nice, I only hire a black woman. That's my stance
Yeah.
with it. Yeah. It's Good, It's
Wow.
So It's Good, It's Nice is basically my... I'm a huge advocate for the rural areas. I will always be.
Yes.
You know, in Joburg, people go to Omagalis, Harties. Ezo ndawo zilali zabelungu. Sinelali zethu thina, but they're underdeveloped. And nobody's investing in them.
That is
right?
a chat.
No, it is a chat. Like when ndilalini mna guys, it's the best
It's
thing.
beautiful, hey.
And also you don't spend money. True. Like bandilalini kukumbane, I have food, I have Wi-Fi. Oh my God. And there's space, right? Because our plots are massive back home.
Massive.
I don't leave the yard. Like now in December, I was there for 3 weeks. I literally was inside my grand's yard for 3 weeks, moving between the houses, going into the garden. Like, I had the best time. And I came back to Joburg clear, like, polile. And it was the best thing. And we need to go back into that and invest in our spaces. Because Ngoku, we're always talking about the land. The land does exist.
It does,
But it just
hey?
needs cultivation. And it needs long-term investment.
Yeah.
So It's Good, It's Nice, the premise of it, and it's actually the logo on it, if you've ever seen it, is my grandmother. The one that I was saying is the original. It's a dedication to the matriarchal entrepreneurs in my family, because I've got a lot of them.
Yeah.
And the idea of It's Good, It's Nice is that right now I'm building the demand, because eventually I want to go back into Eastern Cape or the whole country and build a rural economy where It's Good, It's Nice, the whole value chain comes from Abantu Basemakaya, so that people don't have to leave.
And it exchanges
right?
hands there.
Yes.
So they don't have to
So
leave
they
their
don't have to
beautiful
leave their
homes.
Because uzothenga spinach, that becomes your livelihood.
Yes, and that's what it is,
Yes.
right? That's what
Instead of the
living
thing
off
of
the
like,
land
we have to go into
is.
town.
Yes,
today.
because ngokakho
Uzothenga
umsebenzi.
XYZ.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okanye kuthiwa hayi akho misebenzi. That's why funeka siye Kapa. Eastern Cape right now, we have what we call brain drain there, because all of us leave because we come look for work in Joburg.
Yeah, that's true.
Because-
And then the area loses its
Yes, it loses its value.
integrity. It
Yes.
loses its
Yes. So all of-
potential. There's no people
So we're
thinking
here.
about what we're doing here.
Where are the
Nobody
town
cares,
planners?
Lana.
Kuthiwa njimani.
Yeah.
Yabo? So the people that, like, yabona, I'm here building tent nobani in Joburg, not in
Damn.
Eastern Cape.
I'm literally
We must
thinking
take it
about
home. We
all
must take it
the
home.
friends I know from Eastern Cape. Nilapa.
Silapa song.
If not Nisekapa.
Yes. Yes. That's why I'm calling it
So
a
I
brain
get
drain,
it.
you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
can
So
definitely
now
yeah.
imagine if all of us went back into Eastern
Yeah.
Cape, what we could
wealth.
build out of Eastern Cape.
Yeah.
Now take it a step further. Imagine if all of us went back into Ilali Zetu and we started cultivating them to be our whole holiday homes, our beach houses, our this, our that. Iport St. John's, no coffee pay. Ngoku ziyacolonizwa.
Beautiful. But
Right?
now,
Ziyacolonizwa because asikho. Because sonke silapha, you know? But
This
if
is a heartbreaking conversation.
But now if
our
we were
land, this is how it goes. This is how
it goes.
this is how it
taken
goes.
Yes,
from
because
our
we
beautiful,
leave it.
beautiful, beautiful land, bro.
So then
Like, have you seen Coffee Bay? bro?
Beautiful.
Exactly.
And Eastern Cape,
Laid your eyes-
isn't
Oh,
said enough.
like-
Eastern Cape is gorgeous.
It's gorgeous.
It really is.
absolutely
Like,
gorgeous.
genuinely. What a beautiful
What a
province.
beautiful province.
Yeah.
it's waiting for us to fix it.
Yeah.
Right? So It's Good, It's Nice is then part of my me giving back to the areas that raised me by creating now the value chain from Eastern Cape. So right now,
Okay.
I've got the trucks here are my cash cows, and once the demand,
You have to build it. You have to
Yes.
start somewhere and you have to build it.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Incredible. Wow. Hey.
Closing question?
Yeah,
Because we will
closing.
talk forever.
Yeah, we will talk
And I'm
forever.
cognizant
I wanted
of-
to know. I'll just ask, creating community on digital now, because that's where we are, right? And I think as much as we have the hardcore activists who deserve that title, I do believe there are different types of activisms that plug in, and that's the type of work that you're doing as well, But now we are in the space of digital and creating community. And I think there's so much intellectual potential on digital because we're engaging with it from that way, right? We're thinking about things, we're performing, we're doing all sorts of nice things on digital. How are you, how do you feel about creating community on digital and how that might feed the communities that you're creating? Or is there an overlap? There must be some sort of overlap.
There's definitely an overlap.
Yeah.
So that's exactly why I created the 10 Talks. And that's why 10 Talks' format is the way it is.
100%.
10 Talks was created for the kids sitting in the village who might think they're trans but has no representation of transness, that they're able to go onto the YouTube and find us and be able to hear the people speaking, right? And the idea, and the reason why I don't have podcasts in the traditional way that we have now is that I call them phygital events, where we have the talk that is recorded and that will be found online, but we still have the physical element of it, that the people come in and they're still able to mingle with each other, right?
Yeah.
So the kid that is watching us online one day can know, Joburg, or Cape Town, wherever we are, they can then still relate with us because they've been following our journey.
All right.
So what digital has afforded us is to be able to have a bigger footprint and to be able to reach more people because it's just sharing off a link. You know,
so much.
And for me, Tin Network has been created and it exists to help the kids who don't have the voice or the language to exist, and therefore now, and also to archive. And now the kids can go on and be like, yo, in 20 what, these were the people and this is how they showed up and this is what they said. So I think anything to do with digital, really in life, you need to be conscious in how you do it.
How are you showing up?
How you're showing up. Right now, so I do this thing every few years when the download, I call spiritual messages downloads. So when the download comes in, I then recalibrate all of my social media. Right now, I've curated my social media to feed me content that is building me towards the next leg of my life.
All right.
Right?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Instead of
Visual
just,
diet.
Visual diet is
instead of
really
just taking in everything. So you just need to be conscious. And I think we went into the digital era thinking, oh my God, it's great. And now we're seeing the issues of it.
It's
The
quite
huge pitfalls. It's AI. Where are we going with this?
And even the whole AI chat, right? AI will exist, but will also still exist. Because AI is based off humanity. Technology is based off humanity. So without us, none of them exist.
Exactly.
So we just need to remember and remain in our power and lead the conversations.
Instead of the other way around.
And
because it's starting to feel the other way.
And I think it's such an interesting way to put it, that because it's an agenda, right?
Yes.
How they tell us about what technology is. It's always been an agenda around your phone. Are they listening? That kind of narrative which they are,
It's
you know,
okay.
and that's okay. That's
fine.
where we are. That's where we are. We are in a digital world. We actually really are inside the phone, and the phone is inside of us. Do you know what I mean? And it's time to accept that and integrate with that somehow, because how AI is being presented, and AI is helping a lot of things and people right now. ChatGPT.
But it's all, you know what it's also
Do you know
doing
what I
to
mean?
you?
It is
Brain
depleting
drain.
us.
Yeah.
It's a brain drain or whatever. But that's what I'm saying, is that if we're conscious with how we're using this tool, it's here to help us do something new and not be stuck in the frameworks. Do you know what I mean?
But right now, not regulated. And
Absolutely. And
the
that's
people
the
who
thing.
have
That's the
also
catch.
made it have no idea what it can do.
I think they know.
They have to know. But I'm like, it's getting weird. But
I think, you know, anything in the wrong hands will get weird. Because the AI can do so much, but and I always say this, and people can fight me if they want to, but if you lead, the one thing that being in the Kundalini Yoga community has done for me is it's taught me gentle leadership. And for me, gentle leadership has been embodied by feminine energy, right? And right now, the world is being led with a lot of masculine energy. Hence, things
how
like
it's been.
AI
That's how it's been.
will always be distorted.
Yeah.
Because AI can do so much more to help humanity, but masculinity
It's in the
with
phrasing,
the ego.
because masculine narrative foregrounds an ego, foregrounds
Yes.
separation, whereas feminine narratives are about community building,
Yes.
about seeing the beauty
Yeah.
in life, about incorporating nature, incorporating all of us. Do you know what
and
I
working
mean?
together,
Yeah,
right?
you know?
Instead of, no, this is mine.
Inward.
Yeah,
I have the
you
best
know, that's where
AI.
capitalism
And the
is
boss.
just
Yes.
Capitalism is masculine.
It's just
It's 100% masculine energy. It has to be.
And what makes me sad is, as women, we've embodied that as well, right? We've embodied that as well. And there's this, and we have to, at some point, this conversation.
See, that one I'm not going to touch because
That
then we'll
one
go
is
another
beautiful.
30-minute tangent.
But where was I? Where was I before?
You were saying
because I do want to make this
women
point
have
quickly.
embodied.
Yes, we've embodied,
masculinity.
and it's this also topic that's going around on my algorithm, at least, you know, about being a black bitch, you know, being
Damn.
We both
and what that guys,
yeah.
just what that is that being a difficult black woman, and
Why?
right, and it's a lot of corporate learnings, and being like, and this competitive language now that we've embodied as women, you know, and you know, you kind of have to play that game as a woman. We're stuck in those worlds. We're stuck in worlds where we're working in very masculine energy, and how do you then? Because it is so difficult to, in a group of men, you know, say, hey, no, let's hug one another, like.
But they actually like the hugs, eh?
They like the
They
hugs.
love
And
the
I
hugs.
do. For
They
me,
really
because
do.
feminine
the
is
thing is, like,
masculine
masculinity and femininity always live alongside one
Yes,
another.
100%.
I think the balance is off because of environment.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. And
If you think of our history, if you think about even just South African, so many households, mostly single parent households, and like you think of what that does, and like the dynamics, and then all these spaces that women have to fill in that they maybe didn't before.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. So everyone's trying to take up space,
Yeah.
but like, yeah,
How
there
do
has
you
to
take
be
up the
how do you take up
space?
space, and
Yeah.
then sometimes you can overcorrect.
Yeah.
So,
can
like
step
on
into
both
your
sides,
ego.
because I can imagine even men being like, okay, where do we fit? What do we do now?
Yeah,
like,
I can
what's
imagine the
thing
conversation
now?
on that side, right?
Yeah.
I had a
Whereas
bunch of
we're
my
like,
nephews.
in daughter must,
Yeah,
1,
yeah,
2, 3. Yeah, like it's like, it's weird. Like, yeah.
I think it's a good place to be for all of us, because now it's like we're in a
figuring it
reset.
out. Yes.
It's like the Aquarian age. So
Yes, absolutely.
Everything is changing,
Yeah.
and in the change and what the Aquarian age or energy is bringing
Yes.
is things coming to light.
Yeah.
And now that they are in the light, how do we then digest them
Absolutely.
and get and assimilate them back into society?
Yeah.
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 So right now we are.
Well,
Yeah,
it's
we're being
everyone's
shaken.
floundering. Like everyone's just very flustered and like,
Yeah.
what do we
Things
do
are
now?
changing. Things are changing.
Because
We've-
I do
we
feel
are
the
in the
gender
future.
war of
Yeah.
I'm always just like, oh, guys,
And the
like,
gender
can
war
we-
is a hectic
like,
one, right? The gender war is a hectic one, because I do want to say, even in the queer community, it's like it is reflected in our understanding of
Yes.
masculine and feminine, which is a home thing, right? This is what we learned at home, that girls do this, boys do this, girls do this, boy do this, and then there's the things that we consumed, the romantic games, like, and it's coming and it comes alive in the context of a relationship.
Yep.
You see what you're saying is something that I've had to unpack for myself.
Yeah.
Right? And even me as a queer woman and being mask presenting, I chop it and change it as and when I want to. And the
beauty of
main
being queer.
reason is because I believe that homosexuals have transcended gender.
Yeah.
And now for me as a queer person, your journey is to determine how you want to show up.
Yeah.
and like you're saying, unlearning those narratives, and also because we live in a heteronormative world. So how do you then unpack it and understand it for yourself and still be able to exist and be happy without now boxing yourself and saying your partner has these roles, you have these roles. Oh my God.
That's where we're getting stuck. We're getting stuck there. Hey?
Yeah, because this side.
And I know the men
This
are like,
hetero
listen, we are
side.
we are divas, we
Child.
are soft, we are seeing a lot of that as well, and I
and the
love
thing
that, you
is,
know. But
for
I'm
me,
also like, I'm
men
seeing the
should
toxic
be-
femme on the other side as
Yeah,
well.
like men should be stopped and they should show the emotions and they shouldn't repress as much.
Yeah.
Them repressing stuff is what starts wars. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
But like,
Exactly.
yeah, like everything's weird. This
It's weird everywhere.
Yeah.
That's why we all need to be in the room. We absolutely all need to be in the room to heal,
But then
guys,
it's also
to
like
heal.
we're in the room and we're not listening.
Yeah. Then there's
Because I always
ego.
find it interesting how like I'll talk to women and we'll complain about the same thing, and then you'll talk to men, they complain about the same thing. And my thing is like, if we're all complaining about the same thing, why are we not meeting each other in the middle? Like there's a gap.
trauma.
It's because of the created war between the genders, right? And instead of, like you're saying, it's just being let's come together, let's have a chat. How do we balance each other out? And I think, especially in South Africa, Black families, and I know that with my own families, is that
true.
we don't know how to have healthy conflict resolution.
Hey, we do not.
We do not.
We
So-
do not.
We do not.
We don't even, and let's be compassionate about that. We do not.
No, we
eh?
do not.
We don't have a single tool in the
we
toolbox.
don't.
There's no toolbox.
No.
We don't.
The
don't have
toolbox is MIA.
Yes, it's
gone.
The toolbox is gone.
Nobody knows
so,
where it is.
I know with me and how I try to show up with my family and just other people.
Akunzima.
Kunzima. We need to hold that space to be like, "Eh, ukuyaliwa," but guys, we don't have to draw blood.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, we can
don't have
still
to
do it nicely.
Abandon one another. I think
Yes,
what
we don't
we've
have to
done is
destroy each
abandon
other.
one another.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the little
Yeah.
Gen Z will come with the toolbox, and then the old people will be like, no.
Because the Gen
but-
Zs are
but
saying-
badala, and no, you can't say, yeah, like there are a lot of things we need to just stop. and
down
reset.
tools, guys, down weapons.
Yeah.
Down weapons.
Down weapons.
Yeah. Create tools to build
Yes,
and to
create-
help.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
that's what we need to move away from that. And I also don't think the wars are helping anyone.
No,
the
they're
queer
not.
wars, the straight
really
wars, all of the wars,
All of
because
the
it just
wars.
creates more division amongst Black people. And the more division we have, the further we are from our actual mandate.
Yeah.
And we
Yeah.
need to get back to the mandate.
And we do
But
actually.
right now it's
not
getting
going
lost in the
anywhere.
We don't
The
even
thing
have a
is, we
mandate
don't-
right now.
No, we don't. Yeah.
Yeah. So get rid of all of the noise and the distraction, and let's all come together to move.
Focus.
Yeah. Stand up.
But I also,
Okay. Yes. Okay.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
Okay.
This has been a wonderful conversation. Do we even still, the
Yeah,
questions?
like the question we answered and didn't.
Yeah. Because we've even
But okay, so the
covered
one thing I will
fem
ask,
gaze,
Yes.
because we did cover
We
the fem
have,
gaze.
absolutely.
Where can people find you next?
Yeah.
Me as Mandima or the work that I do?
Both.
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 Yes, we can end with that.
Yes.
So
Okay.
people can follow, like, subscribe.
Yeah.
Yes.
Support and
Give
come
funding
through
where they
and
can,
value,
come
get
through where they
add
can,
value.
whatever
Hit us up
it
for the
is.
funding.
Whatever it is,
Absolutely.
where can people get a hold
Okay,
of your
so
work?
to find me, Mandima, on the socials, I'm Gog_Diamond. And then for the socials, you can find us as the fam. It's the fam_ZA, and Scooty Snice is SGOODIE_SNICE. And if you go onto the pages, they'll just take you to everyone. And if you want to get in contact with us for the fam, it's Mandima, which is MANDIMA at thefam.co.za. The fam is in family because my whole thing is community. And then Scooty Snice is hello@scootysnice.africa. Yeah. That's where you'll find us.
Thank
Please
you so
support us.
much.
Please
Thank
book us.
Yes.
Get us to work.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
event
Please do the
organizers
thing. Come
and
on,
curators
everything.
of culture.
This
and
is important.
You said
guys.
social insights,
No.
cultural insights,
Everything.
experiential
you
things.
know.
Creative social impact
Yeah.
And we
programs.
work. We do
Yes.
work. We're not playing.
Oh, we
We're
work very
working,
hard.
We're working. And
Yeah.
that requires
And we're sober.
remuneration. It requires
Not and we're sober.
We are. I mean, it's a true chat. Because a lot of the things today
Yeah, our
are
industry-
bankrolled or are running on
A lot of people are
drugs.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hence I said
functioning,
sober.
Sober-minded.
Sober candidates over here.
Yeah. Please. See ready. Awesome. Okay.
Thank you for listening. Bye,
Thank you.
everyone.
Thank you, guys.
Bye.